Have you ever looked at all these people online and asked yourself, how the do they get so rich?
You needed to build a personal brand, and it's the best thing you can master. It set you apart from everyone else and help you grow faster, sell better, and make thousands of dollars.
I've grown my personal brand over 3 million followers.
Let's talk about personal branding. When you hear the word personal brand, what usually comes to mind? I'm sure celebrities, right? We often associate personal branding to celebrities like top actors, top musicians, and also multi-billion companies like Google, Apple, Sephora, even our own Dangote. But that is not the case, because at its core, personal branding is just storytelling. Telling your story, that is just it. I'm sure you must have watched a lot of videos of influencers and creators saying that the best and smartest way to make 6 figures monthly online, to land international clients, and of course to secure high-paying jobs online, especially in this digital age and time, is to build a personal brand, right? Well, yes, they are right. I speak out of experience because with my little tiny personal brand, Rita's Campus, I'm able to land an international client from the US. I earn a monthly salary which is 2 to 3 times what I used to earn for my regular 9-to-5 job as a teacher. Most importantly, it has given me the luxury to spend time and take care of my family and myself, just because I work at the comfort of my home. And here's the best part. I did all of this with no prior experience and of course with no money invested. Well, of course, the only money I invested was my money for data and of course my gadgets, my laptop and my phone, which is very necessary in this business, right? And that is why in this video, I'm going to be showing you the exact step that I took that you can take in order to build yourself a professional personal brand from scratch. Now, as I earlier mentioned, personal branding is basically you telling your own personal story in a way that is going to give you the result that you want in the future. The result could be to attract clients or to drive sales to your shop or to your products, or even just to inspire people to take an action. That could be the goal of your personal brand. In this day and age where social media is a thing, I mean, everybody is on social media, building a personal brand is quite easier than ever because you can reach people from far and near. I mean, you can be in Africa and you reach people in Europe, in America, I mean, all over the world. We have literally seen the lives of regular people change in a matter of no time just because they started creating contents on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. I mean, they were consistent in it and they put in their effort to build a personal brand for themselves, and they started getting brand deals, they started getting clients left and right, calls to promote the products. So how then do you build a personal brand in 2025, especially as it seems like everyone is trying to build a personal brand on social media? I mean, everyone is trying to stand out, and it might seem like there's no room left for you because the market is saturated and it looks like everybody is already doing everything. When you think of something to do, there's always someone or some people, group of people who are already doing it. So how then do you stand out in the midst of these giants as a beginner? Now, the first thing is that you really do not need to do anything extraordinary because your story is your story. Everybody has a story which is unique because everybody is unique. There is always something that you know that others might not know. And even if they might know, but maybe there's a way that you execute it which is totally different from the way other people execute, and maybe people resonate more with you than with others. So that is why everybody is unique. With that said, I've actually taken some time to study some of these successful brands and influencers. I mean, regular people turned influencers, how they got their brand successful, how they started, what they did. I mean, how did they get to the stage? And how can you use that same strategy to build yourself a successful professional brand? I realized that they all used a simple 3 framework system, which is identity, content, and repetition. Now, every brand needs an identity. Now, this is where you need to think professionally. You need to identify exactly what you want to be known for professionally. You can ask yourself, what am I good at? What problems can I solve? What are my passions? What are the things that I would like to do? For example, let's say you like to write. Your brand should be able to show that you are a writer, right? You are an author, you write books, you write scripts. So that is what your brand should be able to identify you as. Or let's say you love giving advice about marriage or relationship, then your brand should be able to identify you as a relationship expert or someone who helps people to fix their relationships or their marriages. If you're into fashion, then your brand should be able to identify you as that. If you're into agriculture, then your brand should be able to identify you as that. If you love talking about managing a home, like all the various aspects of a housewife, then that should be your brand. Now, if you're someone like me who has so many different interests and passions and ideas that pops in and out of your head every now and then, and maybe you might want to share all of that in your personal brand. You want to be known for as that. Maybe you want to be known for as an author, as a graphic designer. I mean, I'm a social media manager. I also write and I create content on YouTube as well. So I'm a multi-skilled person, and there are a lot of people like that. So the best thing is it's always good to niche down first before you can go ahead to explore other interests and passions in your brand, because when you start mixing them up together, your audience might get confused and it's going to be a lot more difficult to actually identify exactly what your brand is all about. There are some people who are totally against niching down, but based on my own experience, I think niching down in the beginning is very, very vital when you're still trying to build your brand, when you're still trying to get people to know about your brand. For example, as for me, the first type of content I was sharing online was content about my experiences as an online teacher, teaching on Preply. So that was what I was known for, basically, before I eventually went into tech productivity and then later on social media marketing and freelancing. If you realized, my brand focused more on the professional part of my life, not my personal life, and that was why it was quite easy to transition into other interests and passions. Your personal brand should be kind of like a representative of your life. I'm not talking about your entire life. You don't have to go and show everything personal about your life, but the professional aspect of your life. That is what your personal brand should be able to represent about you, because a personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room to defend it. So the best way is to think about the goal of your brand. What is your aim of creating this brand? Do you want exposure to be able to sell your products? Do you want to attract clients? Do you want to become a coach? So you have to actually think about the goal. What is your aim? What is your goal of that brand? And then you'll be able to create an identity for your brand. Now, once you have the identity of your brand set, that is what you want to be known for, then you can now go to the next step, which is the content. Now, this is where you're going to be creating content in order to showcase your skills or to share your knowledge in your niche. Now, the type of content you put out depends on two important factors. One being your target audience, and the second is the platform which you want to build your brand on. You have to understand that all of these social media platforms are not created equal. So your content have to be platform specific. So for example, let's look at LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is actually great if you're trying to build a brand with the aim of looking for employment or getting the attention of employers. LinkedIn is actually a great place to build a professional brand on, because the vast majority of people on LinkedIn are professionals. And the type of content that actually performs well on LinkedIn, you find contents like carousel posts, text-based content, which includes educational content, professional tips, personal stories, newsletters, visual content like graphics, now the newly released feature, which is the short form videos. So videos are actually performing well on LinkedIn right now. As for YouTube is actually perfect for tutorials, storytelling, and any form of long form content. If your niche actually requires detailed explanation and tutorials, then YouTube is a great place to build a professional brand on. The type of content that actually does well are podcasts, you have sit down videos, you have tutorial videos. So those are the type of videos that actually performs well on YouTube. Now, YouTube is actually my favorite social platform to create content on, because with YouTube, when you create long form videos, you can easily convert into short videos, which you can post on other social media sites. And I feel like if you can create content on YouTube, you can easily take those content to other social media sites, and they all perform well, because YouTube is good for long form videos. LinkedIn and Facebook, Instagram, they are good for short form videos. So it's like killing 2 birds or even 5 birds with one stone. So before you even start creating content, you have to take the time to study your platform, study the chosen platform that you want to build your brand on. Again, LinkedIn is good for looking for jobs, employment, getting in front of employers. YouTube is good for tutorial videos, long explanation like this particular video. You have Instagram, which is best for visual content, aesthetic posts, reels, showing the good sides. Facebook is good for reels, stories. Facebook and Instagram are similar because they're both owned by Meta. So again, take the time to study the platform. When you choose your platform which you want to build your brand on, you study the platform well and know which type of content to post on the platform. And the next step is to actually start creating the content, because your content is the heartbeat of your brand. You cannot build a brand without posting, without sharing content. Your content is what is going to attract people to you and let them know that there's someone like you who exists and that they can trust you. Now, what type of content should you create? The type of content you create depends on your target audience, and to be able to create content that resonates with your target audience, you need to create valuable content. This particular strategy works for every platform. No matter the social platform you want to build your personal brand on, you need to create valuable content that actually resonates with your audience. The best technique to know exactly which type of content will resonate more with your audience is to do your research to identify some of the pain points of your audience. Now, some people actually get lost trying to figure out what the pain points of their target audience are. That is because they try to overcomplicate it. It is very, very simple. The pain points of your audience are literally the specific problems, frustrations, or challenges that they are facing. You can think of them as the itch your audience is desperately trying to scratch. Now, for example, let's say you're trying to build a fitness brand. A pain point of your audience could be finding the motivation to exercise, or it could be trying to lose 10 to 20 kilograms of fat in less than 1 month at home without having to go to the gym. So those are the pain points of your audience which you can target. Another example could be you trying to build a brand which focuses on helping housewives manage their household easily. And a pain point that you can target is helping them manage their finances. When you're able to identify the pain points of your target audience, you can then focus on creating content tailored to addressing the need of your target audience. You can then provide your products, that is if you have a physical product to sell, or your services, that is if you are a service provider like a freelancer. You can then provide your products or your services as the solution to their problems. Through this way, you are not only able to gain the trust of your target audience by providing them with content that provide clarity, but your target audience can then turn to become buying customers. Once you have identified the pain points of your target audience, which are the type of content that your audience would want to see, then you can focus on the presentation part. How do you present your information to your target audience so that they're going to be able to resonate more with you? The best format for content marketing is videos. And that is because people connect more with videos, and that is why almost all the social media platforms out there are adding the video features to their platforms. And LinkedIn is a perfect example for that. LinkedIn recently added the video features to their platform and is actually ranking very well. So it's just a testament to the fact that video content actually performs much better than any other type of content. Now, a strategy you can use is when you're starting with content production, take inspirations from top creators. So what you can do is you can look for creators in your niche. Look for at least 5 to 10 creators. Look at the way they are doing their presentations. Look at the way they are talking, how they are editing their videos, the way they are presenting the information. Look at their mannerism and personality. You can then copy from these people. You can imitate what you're seeing. Now, I'm not saying that you should do exactly, everything you see from the video or copy verbatim to verbatim, but you can authenticate it by adding your own voice, your own personality, add your own stories, your own experiences. That is how you can authenticate it. Remember that your brand is your personal story, not someone else's story. You don't have to talk like them. You don't have to be fluent like them. Especially if you're not a native English speaker. And I know this because when I started, I felt really intimidated by these top creators, and I spent so much time learning instead of actually creating a content, just because I felt like I wasn't ready, because I don't talk like them, I don't act like them. And the truth is, I will never talk like them, I will never act like them. That is because we all have different experiences, and that is the beauty of personal branding. My story is totally different from your story, and everybody has a unique voice. So you should never compare yourself with top creators or top influencers, but instead use them as an inspiration to start and grow your personal brand. Now, once you start creating content, the next step is repetition. In other words, known as consistency. Consistency is the backbone of building a personal brand. Now, if you want a thriving and successful personal brand, you need to first of all take your eyes off the prize, concentrate on creating content that is helpful to your audience. What separates a lot of successful personal brands from unsuccessful personal brands is consistency. You need to understand that personal branding is not something you build overnight. It can take months or even years to get it off the ground. When you start building your personal brand, you're going to realize that you're not going to get a lot of likes. You're not going to get views or followers easily. It's going to take you a lot of time, and that's okay. What I usually tell myself is I don't need any validation to keep going. I do this because I want to. I love it. I want to be able to share my personal experiences to the world. I want to be able to get out of my comfort zone, to build a community of like-minded people. I do this because I enjoy it and not because I'm chasing applause or fame. The truth is, when you consistently create value, gigs will come to you naturally. Clients will trust you and your brand will grow naturally. I am a perfect example of this because I got my first ever remote job with no work experience and without having to apply to the job, just because I decided to show up consistently. And that is the power of showing up consistently. So all you need to do is to show up regularly, and people will eventually start trusting you over time. So there you have it. That is a roadmap to building a personal brand from scratch in a saturated market. It's not about being the loudest. It's about being the clearest, most authentic version of yourself. Now, if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what is the first step you take to build your own personal brand so that we can grow together. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.